Seeds of Wisdom RV and Economics Updates Sunday morning the 2nd of November 25. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. Good morning Dinar Recaps. Bretton Woods 2.0. The monetary architecture of the reset the 1944 system is crumbling, and a new financial framework is emerging that could redefine currency, trade, settlement and reserve strategy. The phrase Bretton Woods 2.0 is more than academic. It signals a structural shift in how global finance will be governed, especially in an age of digital currency, geopolitical fragmentation and new regional power blocks. Detailed proposals and analyses by multiple think tanks show the old post-war institutions, International Monetary Fund, World Bank, are under pressure to adapt. Small diamond key features of the Bretton Woods 2.0 discussion: governance reform, upgrading or replacing institutions to reflect 21st century power shifts, emerging markets, digital economy, rather than dominance of Western powers. Digital currency and settlement innovation. Digital central bank currencies, CBDCs, tokenized assets, programmable money are pushing the architecture to change. Resource and trade power linked to financial leverage. Control of key inputs, rare earths, critical minerals, and trade terms become intertwined with finance architecture. Multipolar reserve currency models. The dominance of the US dollar and dollar-based settlement is being challenged by blocks and alternative systems, BRICS, Asia Pacific, digital rails, small diamond. How this could lead to a new global financial system currency reset potential, if major economies adopt divergent digital currencies or switch reserve assets, e.g., gold, commodities, new currency baskets. The old dollar-centric system may yield settlement rail competition. As regional blocks build their own clearance and settlement systems, global capital flows may shift from old rails to new ones. Trade and finance integration. Trade deals that include embedded finance clauses, digital settlement. Fintech integration mean trade policy becomes finance policy. The architecture of trade becomes architecture of money. Institutional redesign. New frameworks will incorporate climate finance, value chains, data flows and technology, signaling a broader finance system than just banks and central banks. It's the new infrastructure layer. Small diamond: why it matters for the US and global finance for the US, failing to engage in or shape the Bretton Woods 2.0 architecture risks losing rule-making power in global finance, being relegated to follower status rather than leader. For global investors and institutions, a shift means rebasing models. What assets are safe? What currencies are dominant? What settlement systems will prevail? For systemic stability, a poorly managed transition could produce fragmentation, dual systems, competing currencies, and heightened financial risk. The reset must be orderly or it risks disorder. Slow growth, big stakes. The International Monetary Fund outlook and the financial reset: why modest global growth forecasts are not just economic news. They raise structural questions about the next finance architecture. Global growth has turned sluggish, and for the world of money and finance, that means more than a slowdown. It signals a potential shift in how the system works. According to the IMF's October 2025 World Economic Outlook, WEO, global GDP growth is projected at approximately 3.2% in 2025, and then 3.1% in 2026. The tone: global economy in flux, prospects remain dim. Small diamond key highlights from the WEO: growth in advanced economies projected around approximately 1.5 to 1.6% in 2025-26. Emerging market and developing economies projected just above 4% growth, a moderate pace. Risks are tilted to the downside: protectionism, labor supply shocks, aging populations, fiscal vulnerabilities and financial market fragilities. Trade diplomacy, strong institutions and policy clarity are cited as key to restoring confidence. Small diamond: why this outlook signals a financial restructuring moment. Low growth, high debt equals a stressed system. With slower growth, existing fiscal burdens and leveraged financial structures face more strain, increasing the need for new financing models, restructuring of debt, and alternative capital flows. Policy space narrowing. If advanced economies are stuck at approximately 1.5% growth, monetary and fiscal tools may be less effective, prompting innovative financial instruments. Regional cooperation and new reserve settlement mechanisms. Trade and finance intersection. The IMF explicitly links trade diplomacy to output gains, e.g., resolving policy uncertainty plus better trade deals equals approximately 0.4 to 0.7% uplift in the WEO. That means trade policy and financial architecture are overlapping, which invites broader system redesign. Structural shift in capital flows. Sluggish growth can push capital away from traditional markets and into alternative assets, new regions, digital finance, accelerating the reset of global finance networks. Small diamond: why it matters to you and the global finance reset. Investors and institutions should prepare for nonlinear change, not just slower growth but changed rules of capital, settlement, risk assessment. The US and allied economies may need to renegotiate their role in global finance, especially as emerging markets maintain growth closer to 4% and may command more weight in the new system. The architecture of trade, output, and finance are merging. Trade deals, commodity flows, digital finance, and capital allocation will form the next generation of who controls what in global finance. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. Source: Dinar Recaps.